Chapter 58. Hunter thought he heard his name. How could that be? He turned and saw Oriole flying directly at him. He leaped into the air even though he had his arms full of firewood, some of which ended up on the ground, but he didn't care. They had found him. They had searched for him. It was the best feeling in the whole world, and he was joyful beyond himself. The two friends caught up with each other, telling their stories of capture and strange creatures underground. About the new creature, WingMaker, and how he was able to make even werewolves fly. It was a 5-minute exchange that ended in hugs and joyful tears. And then he grabbed as much firewood as he could carry and walked back to his camp with Soren. Oriole followed him like a kite. When they got near to the camp, Hunter had been smelling the mice stew for several minutes, and he realized how hungry he was.
"I see that you found him,"
Soren said.
"Thank you for coming back to say your goodbyes."
Oriole nodded as she landed on a large rock near their campfire where dinner was being prepared. Soren watched as Hunter stacked the firewood.
"How will you extract him from this prison of sand? Surely he is too heavy for you to carry."
Yes, he is definitely too heavy for me to carry more than a few meters, I would imagine. We have options.
Hunter put his arms on his hips.
And one of those options is a feral dragon who has become an extension of a power-crazed queen.
Oh my, there are times like this when I do miss society.
Soren's use of sarcasm was often quite humorous.
It all sounds like the world has been put into a fire and something is being forged that none of us can see, but I suspect it will end up being a tool of some kind that catapults us to a new place. And I truly hope it will not have sand or power-hungry creatures with small angles of perception.
He smiled and went back to stirring his stew.
You said options.
Hunter mused.
What other option is there but obsidian? Alter cannot carry me. She could if the sea was nearby, but that seems far away.
It's about 10 kilometers or so.
Oriole said.
And it's all sand in between. It would be a long hike to be sure, but we could make it. The creature I told you about, WingMaker, he could also take you back, but he's on the island. Surviving his meeting with the Queen and Obsidian is no guarantee. I can show him where to find you, and he could take you out of here.
Ahem.
Soren murmured quietly, signaling his hope to speak.
How exactly would this creature take him out of here? He must be huge. Is he a dragon too?
No, he's no larger than you.
He has wings?
Yes, but he somehow makes you weightless. I saw him make Sun Moon float in the air, and simply by holding her hand she could fly.
Soren shook his head.
I want to be around these kinds of beings. I will look damn normal next to them.
If you want to return with Hunter to our tribe, I'm sure we can arrange that,
Oriole said, looking around the makeshift camp.
How long have you been out here?
3 years?
You were exiled?
The Desertarians are an odd group. They like conformity. It makes everything more efficient. And in the desert, efficiency equates to survival. There is no need for philosophy or metaphysics or magic or wonderment. These are all the things I care about. Efficiency? What about the creative flourish of a poet's eye who sees beauty
He held up a mouse's tail.
in an eyelash of God?
We would welcome you to our tribe.
Hunter said.
Yes, well, I would need to think about it. I've been a solitary creature surviving alone for many years. Frankly, even before I was exiled, I was still alone. My tribe stayed away from me. Yours might too. Sometimes I wouldn't blame them. I was odd. And oddness frightens people weaned on efficiency. Your tribe seems more open to oddities. I like that. Maybe it would work. Who knows? I will think about it.
Do you want to stay overnight?
Hunter asked, turning to Oriole.
It's getting dark. We have plenty of firewood to stay warm. Mouse stew in the event you're hungry, although I can't say I've ever seen any of you travelers eat anything.
Who are the travelers?
Soren asked. Oriole laughed.
We're an odd group too, believe me. You'd be hard-pressed to keep up with us on the oddity scale.
Both Soren and Hunter joined her laughter. It felt good to be out in the desert. the stars beginning to shine their light, the cool air creeping in, the quiet of the vast spaces, the scent of lavender in the air, and friendly conversation flowing with ease.
Yes, I will stay the night.
Her voice entered the twilight expanse of the desert sky, not really different from the stars. When there is turmoil around, when motion seems to be in one direction, down, there is a calm somewhere that only we can create within us. It cannot come from another, though another can offer it or catalyze it in us or make us realize we need it. Yet, the calm still comes from us. This calm is not a lack of action or thought as some might propose. Rather, it is an action of thought that centers in our hearts to be grateful that we can imagine life, and life listens, life responds, life always is,